Interested in spending $500,000 to ruin your life? Build a home in one of these areas and your nightmare could come true. Well, hello, my name is Danielle and I want to help you avoid buying a new construction home that you will regret. A new construction home should be a solid investment, not just with any builder that has sweet incentives and a decent floor plan. It doesn't matter how affordable they are, what incentives they are offering, or how convenient the commute is for you. You do not have to settle, and guess what? With 30% of the current inventory in Houston being new construction, you have plenty of options to choose the one. With that in mind, there are 7 different types of areas you need to close your eyes and run away from immediately when purchasing a new build in the Houston area. Number 1 is contaminated land. As someone who dabbles in occasional health anxiety, I was shocked to hear about cancer clusters in Houston. They are pockets of the city that experience statistically significant increased rates of cancer diagnosis. There are so many potential factors that could be contributing to increased cancer rates, so it's hard to definitively say why it is sometimes, but other times the reason is obvious. The neighborhood is built on an abandoned power plant, refinery, Indian burial ground. For your family's sake, look somewhere else. There are some areas that actually have really nice neighborhoods here, but they were previously highly polluted industrial zones. It could be an issue with the soil, the paint used for the houses a long time ago, geographical features, or anything in between. This is more common in older areas that are being torn down and gentrified, or areas close to the coast where space is limited but compromised land can exist anywhere. Number 2 is surroundings. Basically, the cousin of knowing what the land used to be is figuring out what is surrounding the land now. There are some historical neighborhoods that tear the existing homes down to build new, but the surrounding area may be a little rough around the edges. This may affect the property value even if the home you buy is brand new with amazing community amenities. Much of the land now for new construction in the suburbs was ranch or farmland and is currently surrounded by, you guessed it, more ranch or farmland. Some of the areas surrounding new homes don't have the great schools, 0 to no commercial, and none of the typical benefits you would find in an established suburb. If the home is being built in the middle of a surrounding area that has no plans for future development, the home may not appreciate as nicely as you want it to. Number 3 is everything is the same. So you have considered the area surrounding your neighborhood, but what about within your neighborhood? Having the same floor plans, the same architectural style, same pricing, if everything is exactly the same, a neighborhood full of clones won't be desirable in the future. Many of the developers in Houston combat this by requiring builders to diversify the exteriors and have multiple builders on the same street. So when the neighborhood is finished, there is a variety of homes, roof lines, brick colors, and so on, which helps bring the charm and resale value to the neighborhood. Number 4 is no HOA. While you may think of your house as a beautiful and unique snowflake, there are limits. While I am not a cheerleader for HOAs, I admit they have their benefits. Historically, if you have an HOA, you are guaranteed your property will appreciate at a rate of 4% more than a neighborhood that does not have an HOA. They are annoying. I will not budge on that. They shouldn't be able to restrict what most of us do with our own property, but it only takes one year-round witchcraft and wizardry shop running out of their front lawn to ruin the fun for everyone. HOAs keep the appearance of the neighborhood, and this gives better returns on investment down the line when the home is sold. Number 5 is developments with no rental restrictions. Let's say you have your home in a nice HOA protected neighborhood and an investor comes in and buys every house on your street. You do not want to buy a new build where they are allowing investors to buy up a chunk of the properties within the neighborhood. I'm not saying this to dog on rentals. Everyone deserves a roof over their head. I am presenting a fact that over time, having a dense rental concentration will hold home values back from their potential. Not only will this affect your resale value, but there will be a higher turnover rate of neighbors and you will get less of that warm, fuzzy community feeling. Number 6 is zoned to lower rated schools or confusing zoning. Renters and buyers both need to know where your kids will go to school because it can affect even more than their education. Homes zoned to lower rated schools sell for 49% less to similar homes zoned to highly rated schools. What sucks about this is some of the information published on the big sites like Zillow or Redfin is incomplete or incorrect. Case in point, My home used to have the wrong high school listed on Zillow. Of course, it wasn't a big deal because it's my job to know these things, but people out there looking online can be easily misled. Most of Bridgeland is zoned to, shocker, Bridgeland High, but some of it is not. Some of it is zoned for Waller District, and you need to know things like this before you plop down your enormous check for the down payment. And lastly, location, 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 and infrastructure. Let's say they build that huge top-rated high school in the neighborhood, but there's only one really weird entrance to it. Think about what your community will look like in 20 years when it's full to the brim. The secret little one-lane road leading out of your neighborhood is good now, but will it be when there's 20 times as many people as there are now? If the infrastructure isn't appropriate for the amount of people that will live there when the community is done, you should be concerned. Roads can be expanded, water treatment plants can be upgraded, but if there are no plans to accommodate the influx of people, there's a good chance you're meant to live with it. And then what do? All that being said, you know that I am bullish on new construction in Houston. This is absolutely still the case, but there are some serious issues you want to avoid. I have good relationships with builders in the communities around Houston, but make no mistake, they will put their interests before yours. You will need an expert in your corner who knows all these things, and it doesn't even have to be me. But if you would like to work with me to build, buy, or sell a home in Houston area, email me at the address below. My assistant and I would love to help you out. As always, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time.